All right, welcome back to the Randy Baby Pickleball Show. I'm here with my main man, Dave, Nautical Dave. Here, we're just on the radio right now.
Oh.
So say hi, Dave.
Hello.
Or say hi, Dave.
Ahoy.
Hi. Oh, ahoy. Say ahoy, Dave. Ahoy, matey.
Yeah. We actually do say that out there.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you say ahoy, really?
I have.
Really?
It's somehow it works better. Everybody understands.
Yeah. So here, just let it right there. And then
Okay.
tell me about the buffalo. You said most people don't believe you about the buffalo on Catalina?
Yeah. I mean,
Why is that? Tell me
because it
first.
sounds
Tell me
weird.
about the buffalo in Catalina.
They're leftovers from the silent cowboy movies that were made over there in the 20s.
Uh-huh.
It was a lot of the classic things you've seen were filmed there. Treasure Island and things like that.
Treasure Island was filmed there?
Yeah, and down at
Which version? I'm sure there's been
Wallace
a lot
Beery,
of
I think.
What's that?
I think it was Wallace Beery.
Wallace Beery?
Yeah, I think that's the one. They also did one down at Crystal Cove in Laguna. So that the palm trees that they planted are still there.
Uh-huh.
So
Really?
if you wonder why is that tree right there on the beach?
Uh-huh.
So Catalina Island's a destination for a lot of the races that are sailed out of Southern California. And they have a layover. You'll race over, spend the night, have a party, and then race back the next day. Usually it involves a bunch of drinkers with a sailing problem.
A bunch of drinkers with a sailing problem?
Yeah.
That's fun. Isn't that what Jaws was about? A bunch of drinkers with a shark problem?
Yeah. Yeah. That was a strange movie. I mean, before that, I used to scuba dive with sharks, and then after that, I'm going like, maybe that's a bad idea.
What, you scuba dive with sharks?
I have.
Yeah. Were you in the cage?
No,
You didn't cage dive with them?
no, that's dumb. You're trying to make them mad and hungry and get in water.
Or
with
going
them.
inside the cage is dumb?
No, it's just working them up. They just swim around most of the time.
Uh-huh.
And besides, you point your toes and stretch your arms out. You're 11 feet long. They're not going to mess with you.
Really?
Yeah.
So when did you start diving? Like, what do you mean, snorkeling, or do you mean like scuba diving, or what?
Scuba dive. I have an older brother. I had an older brother who was 10 years older than me. So he was a pioneer diver back in the 50s.
Uh-huh.
He was like 18 and I was 8. And put on the Mike Nelson special. Mike Nelson, nobody get that reference. That's from
I don't know who you're talking about.
It's a character played on a TV show about a scuba diver. Mike Nelson.
Really? When was this? 40s?
50s?
50s?
1950s,
Do you
early
remember
60s.
the name of the show?
Sea Hunt.
Sea Hunt.
Yep.
Okay.
The classic line was, and then I saw it. It was in every show. And then I saw it. It was an alligator or a shark or an enemy spy or something.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw it. And lots of faces on the camera with faceplates on, but those were big 2-hole regulators, the old surplus World War II stuff. So it was in the 50s the first time I ever scuba dived in a pool, and then I was out in the ocean once. And then I got certified in 1968. I got my certification as a diver. And only because they wouldn't sell you air unless you got certified. Back then there was no certification.
Uh-huh.
So
They wouldn't sell you air?
no, because they wanted you to... you can hurt yourself if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that marks me as old. That was back when
When was this?
That was early 60s, middle 60s.
Why did you decide to get your license?
So I could buy air.
So you could buy air.
Yeah. Otherwise, it was a pain in the ass to go to a dive shop and try to get your tank filled. So I took it as a PE class at UCLA.
Oh, PE class?
Yeah. Back then, they still had a PE requirement.
Uh-huh.
So I took...
Have they done away with that now? They don't have a PE requirement anymore?
I don't know. It was just a minor one. You got a quarter point. You needed 2 points, so 4 classes in 4 years. So I took water safety instruction, or a certain water safety class, and then I ended up being the teacher's aide who taught it, and then she would give me her classes again, and I would get an automatic A in it, which didn't really matter. You just had to pass, and then I could do whatever I wanted. So she was also the fencing instructor, so I could.
We know why you got an automatic A, Dave. Come on.
Yeah, she was nice, but
You're the teacher's pet.
That's it. But she taught fencing, so I was able to get the fencing class, which was really hard to do. Yeah.
I just met a girl yesterday that was a fencer.
It's a interesting sport.
Oh, good try.
I do not have the stamina for it. You're a ballet dancer from the waist down and a boxer from the waist up.
Really?
You fence for 10 minutes and you just feel like you're going to pass out.
A ballet dancer from the waist down.
Yeah.
A boxer from the waist up.
Yep. If you're
nice
sort of
shot.
walking a line, they call it the line,
Uh-huh.
or they did then. It was over 50 years ago. And if you kind of get out of step, you step off and you misstep just a little bit, you're going to get stabbed. So you've got to be perfectly disciplined from the waist down and on your steps and where you plant your feet and how you twist your ankle and that. And then from your bobbing and weaving from the west up.
Another
I feel like
No, it's the same one.
oh, it's another one. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, Susan. Come over here and feed me, Susan.
Yeah,
it's the same one.
you're having too much fun with this.
I ate them all. I feel like you could say that about pickleball. You're a ballerina from the waist down.
Forward.
Yeah,
a
but
boxer from the waist
Try
up.
to stop.
If you screw up in pickleball, you're embarrassed.
forward.
Screw up in fencing, you just get
Try
stabbed.
to stop.
Well, you get hit in pickleball with the ball.
It's not very pointy.
Yeah, but it has doesn't it have like a little round ball on the end of it, and you got like all this chainmail
But
like
it's
outfit,
it was canvas. I remember that.
canvas outfit.
Yeah, it's stiff canvas. It was a long time ago.
So you're protected.
Yeah.
Dave, they need a player over there.
Okay.
They need a player over there.
Yep.
He's coming.
Ready to go off.
All right. Oh,
Coming.
there you go. Thank you, sir.
David, I gotta sit.
Oh.
Sit next to Randy.
Here comes Marty in the mouth.
Record me.
All right, welcome into the Randy Baby Radio Hour. This is the Randy Baby Radio Show. Well,
Can I tell other stories?
yeah, you can tell the stories.
So Connie almost died in Kauai.
What?
Connie and I almost died.
When?
Like 10 days ago. You didn't hear about this? Connie went wrong way on the trail. I'm ahead of her then after I pass her on the turnoff. She's stuck on a sheer cliff that goes down only 15, 20 feet. She only would have broken a couple bones. She's only 66. I run back and then it's like Keystone Cops. I hit the bank and I go down on my ass.
Wait, so you're in Kauai?
Kauai on that
what part of
really
this?
hard trail. On the
Which trail?
Trail to the falls. The 8-hour hike to Kakawachi, whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
The 8-hour one, like
Really?
the hard ass one.
Uh-huh.
And so there are no 66-year-olds on this trail. God bless my wife and me. So we make it there. And we're the last ones there because everybody's freaking passing us.
And how far up this trail? Is it 8 mile hike?
It's 4 up, 4 back. 2 miles to the beach, 2 miles up the valley to the falls, 2 miles back down to the beach, 2 miles along the coast again back to the parking lot.
Okay.
None of it accessible by, anything but a, ATV or something. Not even that.
Or your feet.
For your feet. And
where were you? What part of the journey were you?
we were
2 hours in?
5 hours on the way back.
So you were 4 hours up and 1 hour back?
Back, about. And then
Yeah.
she falls.
What?
Not falls.
She falls?
She actually catches herself.
Really good play.
And
So
takes-
what part of the trail is this where she falls? Like,
on a cliff on the side of the river that comes from the falls. So she's hanging on to some.
so you're
foot-
coming down, the mountain is on your right side and the cliff is on your left side?
It's a valley.
It's a valley.
Yeah.
But the mountain side is on
the
your right
mountain's
side.
behind us now at this point. The mountain, the valley, mountain, and the waterfall's directly behind us.
Right, but where's the trail?
Right in front of us, all the way down along the river.
And what's on the right side of you?
Coming in a little bit.
Valleys.
Valley. What's on the left side of you? The cliff?
This way. So the cliff is along the seacoast, which is after we get to the beach and then hug the sea cliff. So we're not hugging the sea cliff yet. Thank goodness, or she would have died. So she yells, I hear her, thank goodness, and I come back and I try to get to her and I can't. I'm like, what do I got to do when I get to her? So she takes off her shoes and throws them up, so I come and circle around above her because I can get to her from above. And
They need a player. One of you guys need to go over there. Right there. They need a player.
There?
Yeah, play with friends.
All right.
so anyway, I hand her a vine, and she pulls herself up far enough so I can grab her hand.
Hey, come with me.
66 years old.
Come with me.
You know what? That's some adrenaline flowing. I don't know 66-year-old males that can pull themselves.
So what happened with the vine?
I handed it down to her. And
But hold on.
she
So sorry, I was distracted there. Somebody had my
So
attention.
she's pulling herself up.
But how did she fall? Go back to that part.
Well, she didn't really fall. She went along this cliff edge thinking it was the trail.
Uh-huh.
And she got so far on this cliff edge, she was scared to go back and scared to go forward.
Okay.
You know, she kind of trapped herself. So that's how that happened. She didn't really, she might have slipped a few feet, but not very far.
Okay.
And she was only 15, 20 feet above the
Oh, there's no chair.
riverbed. So, I mean, it would have broke some bones.
And then you came along and
Well, then
you
I
fell?
came around backwards and couldn't get to her. And then you go.
No, you me.
You're in.
Here. Keep talking.
So anyway, I'm not. Oh, take that.
Keep talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, keep telling the story. Let's into the mic. Don't get...
Oh, keep talking. So then I hand the vine to her, and she pulls herself up, and I far enough so I can grab her hand and pull her up with me. And that was the most traumatic time in our married life. Oh my God.